Strangest coincidences in history. Erskine Eben was a typical teenager who lived in Bermuda back in the 1970s. He did typical teenage things. He went to school, hung out with his friends, and he liked to hang out at the beach. He also liked to drive a little scooter around the island. On July 21st, 1975, Erskine was riding his scooter through the streets of the city of Hamilton. This was a busy port town, and the roads were crowded with tourists and locals that day. This made navigating traffic difficult. Erskine was a bit of a daredevil, though. He liked to use the scooter to zip through traffic. But on that day, he ran into some bad luck. Or rather, bad luck ran into him. That was when a taxi cab crashed into Erskine at an intersection, tragically cutting his life short. That's not the weird part, though. You see, because this wasn't the first time that very same taxi was involved in a fatal accident. In fact, 1 year earlier, almost to the very same day, the very same taxi, driven by the exact same taxi driver, got into an accident and took a man's life. But that's not where the coincidences stop, though. On the day the taxi struck Erskine Eben, it was carrying the exact same passenger that it had been a year earlier when the other man was run down. But it gets even stranger. That's because the man who was run over was riding the very same moped that Erskine was riding the day he lost his life. How did he get it, you might ask? Well, that's because the man who lost his life a year earlier was Neville Eben, Erskine's older brother, making this one of the